All right, welcome to the Special Committee on Impeachment Inquiry on Friday, June 9th. This morning, we are first going to be looking at and hopefully voting on a contract for services of Downs, Racklin, Martin for investigative services. And then I will be taking a motion to go into executive session to take witness testimony. So were there any questions? We had a very brief overview of the contract yesterday at the end of the day when we got out of executive session, and we all had the contract with us overnight if we had any synapses left to actually read something. But were there any questions that we have?
I had some, Mr. Chair, but I had a chat with Karen early on. She answered all my questions about the definitions I wasn't clear on. This was very helpful in general, the whole document, especially this attachment A about the standard for contract. That was a 2 a.m. read, but I'd never seen it before. In all my years here, I'd never seen that. So it was good to read it over. And my biggest stumbling block, I'm okay with this, and I'm going to vote yes to go ahead with the contract, but the $75,000 makes me gulp. The first attorney we hired, Mr. Cassidy, it's $10,000. That I thought was a little pricey, but he's good, and I thought it would be worth it. 75, but the subcommittee has explained to me that that was the range all of these groups that they interviewed were talking for this. There is possibly a, what do you call it, with the accountant, intensive accounting investigation.
Forensic audit. Forensic accounting. Yeah, forensic accounting.
Forensic audit, that's right, I should know that. So that's going to be pricey. So I'm okay, but I am also concerned that we have pretty well used up the speaker's kitty. And but Karen assured me that she knows that and is okay with us going ahead. So I just think we need to be careful. I hate spending money.
Understood. I understood. Yeah, and this is certainly a much, I think, broader contract. I mean, it's broader work than what we hired our special counsel for. You know, it's fairly narrow. Very important what Mr. Cassidy is providing us, but in a much shorter time frame and certainly narrower work than what we have here. This is much broader. So, were there other questions? And we just started, Tom. Just you only missed by a minute, and I apologize again for not informing you that we were meeting a little bit earlier, so we could get started.
Might be a catalyst to a committee discussion on scheduling overall.
Yeah. No, we can absolutely do that. So, any other questions on the contract for Downs, Racklin, Martin? Representative Dolan.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily a question about the contract, but if like how will it work from here if we vote this out? Are they just notified? Do they just start? Michael, are you the point person in moving this forward?
Yeah, go ahead, Ms. Brogrady.
So I would, if once you approve or not, I would notify Downs Racklin that the contract was approved, and I would send them a copy of the signed contract. Then I think you need to discuss how you want to administer the contract. The contract does provide for a daily check back from the contractor on their progress, not daily, weekly progress check. And so you likely would probably want to designate committee members to be part of that check back. That check back in other investigations is a Zoom call. It can be very convenient to you all. And then it's really how the contract gets administered from there is really based on the check back. So Tim will report what they're doing. He'll seek input, and the contract kind of organically evolves from there. I don't know. I have another point that I would like to make, but I'm wondering if I've answered your question, Representative.
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead.
The next point is to follow up with the other bidders to contact Dinty and Langrock and let them know that the contract has been awarded to another bidder. And I can do that today as well.
Okay, great, appreciate that. Any other questions on the contract? Seeing none, I would take a motion to approve the contract with Down Racklands Martin for investigative services.
So moved.
Any second?
Second.
All right, all those in favor, raise their hand. All those opposed? Guess we're all on board with that. Thank you very much. So do I sign this? Is this for my signature?
Yeah,
Believe so.
you're the point of contact.
All right. So I will sign it. We'll get it, a copy to send to them, and we will also post it.
Sounds good.
All right. So we can, let's probably have the agenda discussion when we come out of executive session this afternoon. So why don't we move towards getting into executive session unless there's any other issue that folks have at the moment. But if we can kind of get settled up in the transportation room in time to start testimony at 9:00. So I'll take a motion to go into executive session to take witness testimony in order to private witness and from potential retaliation. I'll take that motion.
Some move.
Okay, second, all those in favor of going into executive